Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of the Untold Hypothesis, brought to you by the Department of Life Sciences, Kristu Jayanti University. I'm Raymond, and I will be your host for today. Today, we have with us two eminent resource persons, Dr. Sabu Abdulhameed, Member Secretary, Kerala State Council for Science, Technology and Environment. Accompanying him, we also have Dr. Jayachandran K, Professor, School of Biosciences, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam. So, firstly, I would like to welcome you, dear sirs, and
Thank you.
congratulate you on launching your book, Microbial Enzymes as Potential Biotherapeutics in Human Healthcare. So,
Thank you
congratulations
very
on
much.
that.
Thank you.
So, sirs, you all have been around for quite a while now, from yesterday, if I'm not wrong. So, I would just like to ask you all, what do you think and how does it feel to be at Kristu Jayanti University here? Now that we have transitioned from a college, autonomous college, to university. So, what would be your take on it and what do you all say about it? So, you can tell us a few words.
Yes, tremendous changes are happening in the higher education scenario in the country and even abroad. So, if you look at the major changes happening, is the change in interest of the higher education aspirants to join the course of the program of their choice, mostly multidisciplinary or I would like to say transdisciplinary master programs and undergraduate programs. This is for the first time I am visiting Kristu Jayanti University. But I had the opportunity to visit some other private and teamed universities. What I see here in Kristu Jayanti University is this is a place, a reputed place, a reputed higher education institution where around 14,000 students are doing their undergraduate or postgraduate programs of their choice. Nearly 600 faculty members and supporting staff are working in this institution. That means this is bigger than any state-funded universities existing in our country. And if you look at the progression of the students coming out from this prestigious institution, the data says, the available data says, the students are getting a fantastic opportunity to get settled either to go for further studies or research or get them placed in reputed industry or institutions. So, by providing more facilities, more opportunity for them to excel, I am sure places like Kristu Jayanti University is going to lead the higher education scenario in the country along with the public funded institutions.
Yes, sir. And sir, we have this title, and we are known as we are known to have a clean and green campus. So you must have definitely seen our campus. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, campus is fantastic, I would say. Uh, as Sir mentioned, now it's time to consider what the students, what the stakeholders need. So the entire education is to be transformed from that point of view, rather than a teacher oriented or an administration oriented. It should be student oriented, and your campus is coming up with that. That is very clear. Like the facilities nowadays, we need to make common facilities as good as possible. For example, how canteen works, how you are being treated in the canteen, and then how the common facilities are being offered. So I think all these things are done in a very comfortable way. More than that, I feel there is a good discipline going on in the campus. That is very important. A campus can function in a defined way only if you are having a discipline there. Like the discipline is there for not only for the students, it is there for the teachers, it is there for the administrative people also. So that is fantastic. I think this should be considered as a model. Like you can do furthermore also, but still this is very good. I'm sure that the institute will go ahead with this.
Yes, sir. So definitely, as you said, discipline is a core part of every Jayantian here. That's what we practice. So, moving on to some of our questions, Dr. Sabu, I have a question for you. So, how does Kerala's science and technology ecosystem differ from what you generally would see in Bangalore or anywhere outside Kerala? So, what is your opinion on this?
Kerala has got a long history as far as R&D, the research and development scenario is concerned. Some of our institutions were even 60, 70 years old. The institutions like the Kerala Forest Research Institute, the National Transportation Planning and Research Center, the Center for Water Resources Development and Management, these institutions have crossed their 50 years of service to the nation. So we have research and development institutes funded by the state government in Kerala. We have 8 research and development institutes operating under the state government. We have special programs like the Centers of Excellence in Nutraceuticals and Microbiome. We have huge infrastructure coming up to support private research and development in the state. The Kerala science parks are coming up. There will be 3 science parks, one in Kannur, one in Trivandrum, one in Cochin. These 3 science parks will be focusing on different thematic areas. For example, the Kannur Science Park will be focusing on private research and development in bioprocessing and bioprospecting. The Cochin Science Park will focus on marine resources, materials, and all. Like that, depending on the competence of the R&D ecosystem, the innovation ecosystem existing in the region, the science park will provide facilities for private investment in R&D. This infrastructure will provide more opportunities for the budding researchers, the young entrepreneurs, the academicians, and the science students in the state to get more opportunity for employment, for upskilling, and for more collaborative research. When you compare the existing science, technology, and innovation ecosystem in the state with other states in the country, Kerala is spending more money into the State Science and Technology Council and its programs. Like we provide infrastructure funding to schools, to colleges, to the universities and research institutes, and we extend our financial support even to national institutes existing in the state of Kerala. And we give scholarship to school students, to college students, to university students for doing their PhD, for their postdoc, and we even have a fellowship program for supporting the very talented, retired professors and scientists also. Through the Emeritus Scientist Scheme, we extend a lot of support for the development of human resources in the state. So, if you make a general comparison, Kerala is leading. Kerala is having a leading science, technology, and innovation ecosystem where the state government pays a lot of money, like to the tune of 150 crores of rupees. The state government is spending every year to take care of the science and technology and innovation ecosystem in the state.
That's very nice, sir. And where would you say the gap would lie between other states receiving this kind of support, maybe from the national council? Like, as this is a state council, this by itself has its own autonomy and is funding so many projects. Where do you think other states might be falling behind, either independently or with their collaboration with national councils? Where do you think that lag is there, and how can we bridge the gap?
There is a lag in some states. Some state science and technology councils are lagging behind, and funding is one reason. The Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, is trying their level best to extend maximum financial support, guidance, and mentoring to the state councils. So, with the joint effort of the Nidhi Ayog, the SY Planning Commission, Government of India, the Department of Science and Technology, and the Anusandhan National Research Foundation, is trying to extend maximum possible support to the state councils. So with the enhanced support of Government of India, Department of Science and Technology, I'm sure the states which are lagging behind will be able to come up with the national level innovation ecosystem existing in other states. So there is a case like if Kerala is taking care of R&D institutes, the chain of R&D institutes in the state, some other states they focus on having more planetariums, having more science and technology museums, and all. And some other states just take care of extending only scholarships and fellowships for promoting research and development. So Taking into consideration of all these things, the Department of Science and Technology is making a framework where they will be guiding, mentoring, extending financial support, so that almost all the state council will have a uniform area of operation in science and technology.
I mean, I hope we see this development in all states and in entirety. I hope the entire country comes up with such, initiatives and we can support each other better. Dr. Jayachandran, my next question is to you. So, in your view, where is the balance between pure sciences and the applied sciences? Given the fact that we have evolved through the past years, we have had this transition from pure research, pure sciences, all the way to applied sciences now. Are we doing enough basic research now, or have we kept that on hold? Do we need more people that engage in basic research so that we can actually come up with more innovations and technologies that could help us, grow better in our researches or maybe as scientists? So where is that lag? What would be your opinion on this?
Basic research in fundamental topics is very important. Actually, that is the platform from which you have the new technologies, ideas emerging, and you have then it's been the possibility of applying all those things into the applied research topics. But I think as far as our nation is concerned, both basic research and applied research here going on in a comfortable way. But more importance is to be given to applied aspects, because straight away this is going to impact the society, going to make the impact to the society. So those possibilities should be explored to the maximum extent, because in Western countries they are doing that. So it's high time that we should do very good research, so that at the earliest we have all the extended application of the fundamental research.
Okay, so and what do you think of the advancements in curriculums at university and colleges? Are they catching up with the pace with which technology is moving, or do you think we still lag behind somewhere? We stick to the fundamentals. I mean, fundamentals are always our roots, but still, do you think we are slow or are we at par with their pace?
Generally speaking, we are slow.
Yes.
Uh, but there are exceptions. For I think in your case is an exception. Like generally in government institution, higher education institution, they are not coming up with the requirement or with the expectation. Now, as sir mentioned in the beginning, higher education system is undergoing tremendous change. For example, now if you have few students learning for a particular program, PG, they should be given enough freedom to do jobs along with their education. Well, that's a good system. No, in Western countries, it is being followed. So, what prevents you in giving that freedom? Students, I think that itself will give inspiration to students. They should be able to take course at the same time. They should be able to do some jobs. They can earn and learn. That's very important nowadays. So that change is to be brought, and more than that, see, translation is very important. It is not that you do many things in applied research, but it is important how you are bringing it out from the lab and extending it to the society. So even in here also, you can think of bringing industrial people, because you are there in the industrial belt. So you can bring so many industrial people here. They can sponsor some programs. They can offer some startups here. You can link your students to that startups. So that is the current trend which is taking place at global level. Research progress is to be, progress in the research is to be supported. For example, here you have in the applied life science departments good faculties. So I think we should give much support to them for initiating research. Some incentives should be given. So that research should be connected to translation also. In Bangalore, there are possibilities for doing all these things. But in government institutions, it is not well practiced. So that's a existing truth.
Yes. So I think it's high time we realize that
Yeah,
and work
it's a
towards it.
huge gap. That is why you can see we were discussing about that. Number of students getting enrolled in government institutions are now getting reduced. Two things now: government institutions are not changing their portfolio. They are not, coming up to the expectation. Number one, infrastructure is not that promising. On the other side, you have good infrastructure and they are getting changed also. So you need to bring that change into all institutions. Otherwise, students won't come over there.
Yes, sir. So, Dr. Sabu, from your perspective, we have heard of this term brain drain, right? So, my question to you would be what would be or what could be the probable factors that push highly educated scientists and researchers in India to move abroad? What could those factors be, and what specific controls or measures could we take from our side, maybe with reference to national councils, state councils, or universities, to retain the talent pool in our very own country?
To speak about this in general, I would like to say that's my personal opinion. I'm not against people going abroad to find a job or to get more training in advanced areas of research, because during these days, a good majority of them are coming back. The brain drain happens, but we are getting brain gain also.
Very true.
So the Indian diaspora is contributing in a big way to the development of the S&T ecosystem in our country too. We do have many programs to bring them back. The recently notified Prime Minister's professorship program. It simply targets the eminent experts working abroad. Government of India is providing them, offering them big financial support so that they can come down. They can work with some of the laboratories in the state or central universities or research institutes. They can impart training to the upcoming researchers while working with our institutions. So the mentoring and the collaborative programs that will happen through this kind of programs. The other programs, even state level, we do have certain programs to bring talented manpower from abroad. So in general, the some of our researchers, some of our scientists are finding a place abroad. It can be mainly because of the lack of opportunities in our institutions, and to an extent the existing work environment also. But the work environment is fast changing, especially in the industry. The tightness, the rigidity of the work culture in the industry is not there. These days, no, you can operate from your picnic place or from your home.
Yes, sir.
Whenever your presence is required in the company, only you need to be there. Outcome is important for the industry now. Whether you are working from the company or working from home, the outcome, the output from your work is important. So the industry's culture is changing. The institutions also will have to adopt this kind of strategies so that they can retain, they can attract and retain the best talents within their institutes itself. And speaking on the other side, some of our best scientists go abroad, get trained by doing postdoctoral research for 3 4 years, and they come back and they join the state universities, the national institutes, the central universities, and all. So this is bringing in talent also. But if because of some reason, sometimes personal reason, if trained manpower is going abroad and settled over there, that maybe the investment that we are making to bring them up, especially if we are investing a lot of money in IITs, ISES, NITs, and all. After getting trained, after getting graduated from these places, if people are going abroad and permanently settled over there, that affects, that pulls back the pace of development of our nation. That's in fact a story of the past, but at the moment, we have a lot of programs to bring them back, and our work culture is fast changing, as I mentioned earlier, so that the brain drain is not a big issue at the moment.
But could it be an issue in the future, near future? Or do you think we are actually resolving it and there's a
We are
balance?
providing enough opportunities in our country. Our institutions are getting better equipped. That means our people need not go abroad to get trained in advanced areas. Even if they go, they need not stay over there for a long time. They need not get settled over there. They can come back. They have enough opportunities. They are well paid over here. So that is not going to be a problem in the future for our country.
Yes, sir. It's very good to know. So, Dr. Jayachandran, again, coming back to how we have had technological developments, right? Could you just highlight the importance of technology? Like we've had big data, we have CRISPR. These are such technologies that have made major evolutions in our science itself. So, could you like tell us what their roles were, and how could such technology actually impact research?
Right. No, technological innovations are always very important. Like if you can see the history of science, up to 1900, it was just science which was moving. But when Fleming started with his own contributions, his own 100 patents, things went on changing continuously from 1900, and it still continues. So always you have the paradigm shift coming up. Started with visible things, then turned towards invisible things.
True.
Now we have everything out of instruments and technology. So science creates the platform for technology. And technology, the next part is very important. You should be free enough to accept the technologies. That is very important. And I have a strong feeling that you mentioned about new and new technologies. Technologies actually emerge out of ideas. So, for a person, for a scholar to develop ideas, he should be well versed with the fundamentals. So, these are all well
Fundamentals.
connected. So, those who are having very fundamental knowledge and creative thinking, definitely there is high chance for them to develop new ideas. So, ideas should be realistic. So, if you are not having fundamentals in you, your ideas may not be realistic. So, those who are having very fundamental knowledge will give realistic ideas, and ideas are going to are very much essential for creation of technologies. Now, technologies are emerging out, even in our state and even in our country, because the number of patents which we are receiving right now, you can see that as a measure of new technologies. Anyway, there is scope, and the progress is satisfactory. As Sir mentioned, now, brain gain is now in progress. There is no point in thinking of brain drain. Let them go there and get upskilled. So after upskilling, they can come back, and our students are getting the benefit. Only thing is that there should be enough provisions to accommodate them. No,
Yes.
there should be attractive features. No, we should be able to attract them. Anyway, they will be interested to come back. We have to provide them all infrastructure and other things. Then they will be offering a better skill to the next generation. So technology, in particular, we have to be very careful in uplifting the chances of new technologies. That's what I
Yes,
feel.
sir. Okay, so coming to my last question, this is something that would specifically be for our viewers, student viewers. So I would just like to hear a few suggestions or maybe advices that could help maybe students or let's say researchers to build a career in biosciences. If you were to tell your younger self few things to keep in mind, what would you all say? So we can have it from you first, and then we can get your take on this.
Yeah, to get yourself settled in a career in biosciences, skill is very important. I'm sure institutions like Kristu Jayanti University is having an excellent curriculum and syllabus, which provides enough opportunity for upskilling, learning the basics, practicing it in the laboratory, and getting specific knowledge, skills in identified areas where there is a demand in the job market. So, giving that training is important. So, the institution will be able to provide training, and it is the student to learn it.
True.
There are teachers who are well experienced, who are having PhDs and postdoctoral training abroad. I could see a lot of talented teachers working over here in the bioscience department, and they are good in number also. So they will be imparting training, and there is a responsibility on the part of the student to learn it properly, to clear the doubts, and if they want anything else to be learned outside the syllabi, let them make an opportunity to do a short internship in one of the identified institutes or industry, or when you get an opportunity to do the final end semester project work, You need to learn certain specialized areas like using some of the analytical equipment, using some of the advanced training in omics, genomics, or proteomics, or whatever emerging areas. So it depends on the students also. The teachers will be able to guide them, mentor them, they will be able to provide them with the facilities, or they will be able to send them outside the industry or the institute to get them trained. But the student should show the interest. He or she should be very keen to learn a particular aspect. And after your master's program, when you are preparing your CV, this skill set should be there in the CV. That should attract the employer. And when you learn your 4 semesters over here for the PG, or during the 6 semesters that you are spending over here for the undergraduate program, of course this will change in the NEP. You need to have a plan. In the first sem itself, you need to start making a plan for your future. If you are a UG, you need to learn a set of skills, and immediately after UG, if you're going for a job, these skill set will help you. And if you want to join for a PG within the country or abroad, again these skill sets are going to help you. So the student should have a plan, and he or she need to sharpen their plan with the mentorship of the faculty over here who are well experienced. And it is important for the student to learn little bit of talents in communication, in creative writing, creative scientific writing. See, you might be having a lot of knowledge on biological science after completing your master's, because this is a master's degree you are having. You are a master in biosciences, but you should have the skills to express, communicate your skills to the employer or to a mentor who is interested in taking you as a PhD scholar. And when you are going for an interview before a professor working in a university abroad, he will be looking at you, what sort of help, what sort of assistance I'll get from this job seeker, or what sort of advice, ideas I can get from the student. So this is important. So preparedness of the student is important, and it should rightly start from the first semester itself. That is important. And you should have that freedom that of course exists in your department, in your university. To get mentorship, I'm sure there is mentor-mentee program in your campus, and get the right advice from your faculty. And prepare yourself for the future. That's important.
Yes, I hope our viewers will definitely take few points from this. And so, what do you have to say about the same?
In continuation with what Professor Sabu has mentioned, first of all, a student has to make a very honest self-assessment. Like, it's very simple. It is how much time per day they are spending for learning. That is very important. There is no point in aiming at great objectives, and if you are aiming at very high objectives and if you are not doing anything per day basis, nowhere you are going to reach. So students should take extreme care to make it sure that they are spending at least 4 to 6 hours per day for learning. Very important it is. Otherwise, why you are taking pain to attend paid life science courses? And what you have to do then, as sir mentioned, you have to make a I would say multi-oriented approach. Number one, you have to make it sure that you are well versed with the fundamentals. Number two, you have to make it sure that you are having sufficient skills. Now, skills are very important, particularly in science and scientific research. You need skills, and then you need to focus on current development. In life science is having direct application to the society. So everywhere, every time you can see technologies are being questioned, contributions are being questioned, whether it is going to make negative effect or positive effect on humanity. So what is happening in what is the current status, that should be there in the students. So they should keep the current status, and they should also well versed with research in the area where they are learning. What is the research trend in that area? For example, biochemistry, what is the research trend in that area? So where should I focus, and all those things should be clear to the student. So and again, when you have biochemistry with you, doesn't mean that you should focus on biochemistry alone. There should be a multidisciplinary approach. When you learn biochemistry, take care of the other subjects also. Multidisciplinary approach is the current trend. So from all these point of view, the student has to make a self-learning. Like it's actually self-learning nowadays. Nobody can act as teachers. Teachers are
True.
just helping them. No, they are just saying this is good, that is bad. You go along this way. That's all. She has to do that. So that's my opinion. Dedication, hard work, nothing else.
Okay, so thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have come to the end of our episode for today. And thank you, sirs. It was a pleasure having you. For more such content, please stay tuned to the Untold Hypothesis. And this is us signing off for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raymond.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed
It
a
was a
pleasure.
great time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.